Let's see, can we cover some word problems and guide you through what they're saying and how we can actually solve them. You asked 356 people if they enjoy drawing. Of these people, 89 say they do like to draw. So what percent of the people surveyed like to draw? Well, the first thing you want to do is write your percent proportion. And if we do so, we will have A over B is equal to P over 100. Okay, and remember what we said. We said that A is the part, we say that B is the whole, and we said P was the actual percent. Okay, and of course 100 is the constant. Okay, so now we have our pieces together. The second thing we need to do is substitute our known values. So as we go back and look through the problem, we want to see what is it that they're giving us. First, they said 356 people. Okay, so as we get ready to look at our A and B, 356 people is the total amount. That's the whole. Now, of these people, they said 89 like to draw. So we have 89 that's preferring to draw. So 89 will be our A, or our part. Now, what percent? So they're asking us to find the percent. So if that's the case, we definitely know that our base on this side is 100% of 36, and P is what we're looking for. So now the next step, C, says go ahead and solve a proportion. So we've gotten proportions set up, so let's just go through now and go through our 5 steps. Okay, step 1, 89 over 356 is equal to P over 100. Okay, step 2, cross product. That will be 356 times P is equal to 89 times 100. Step 3 is to multiply. 356P is equal to 89 times 100 is 8900. Okay. Step 4 says we need to divide. So we would have 356P divided by 356. What we're doing is dividing both sides. Back when we talked about equation, we said we have to keep the equation balanced. So if we're going to undo P, or to get P by itself, we must do what is called the opposite operation. 356 is times P, we covered that there. So we must divide by 356 so we can get P by itself. And that'll be 8900, and that's also divided by 356. And so what we'll do, and of course step 5 tells us that P is equal to some number, and let's just go ahead and work that out so we can determine exactly what P is equal to. So we can just go off to the side here, and remember your numerator goes as your dividend, okay, and your denominator always is your divisor, okay. Decimal here, decimal here. So 356 goes into 89. Let's see, one definitely wouldn't be 3, because just looking at 3 times 3 is 9. So let's try 2, and the 2 will go over the 0, right, first 0. So that's 12, and 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now we just go through the subtraction phase and borrow 9 here, make that 10. So that will be, give us 8. 1 from 8 will give us 7 and 1. So now we'll bring this 0 down here. So that'll give us 1780 divided by 356. And just to somewhat look at this, 3 times 5, 5 times 3 is 15, and this is 17. So let's try 5. Maybe we're right, maybe not. But I just sort of looked at from a middle standpoint. Okay, 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 8. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Okay, so great. We came out right with a remainder of 0. So here we have P is equal to 25. So what this is telling us is that 25% of the people that they surveyed enjoy drawing, and we did so by using the percent proportion formula. So again, when you look at these word problems, make sure you look at the information that's there, pull out the information that you know, and use that information to substitute in your percent proportion. Okay, I'll see you soon. Well, let me give you a chance to actually solve a problem, and this one is not really complicated. The words, the actual figures are a little strenuous, but I feel that you're capable of doing so. Here, I need you to read the problem carefully, determine what the author is actually asking you, take a look at explicitly what is given, and then go ahead and solve it. You want to make sure that you pause your video, work it, because I'm going to work it to make sure that you get the right answer, actually, so you can check and see if your answer compares to mine. So go ahead and pause it now, read it, take as long as you take, as long as you can, as long as you need to actually work it, and then come back and compare. Okay. All right, now that you're back, let's see what we have. Of 23,513 people who entered the Honolulu Marathon one year, 19,236 were able to finish. So, what percent of the runners actually finished? And round your answer to the nearest tenth of a percent, to the nearest tenth of a percent. So, what we're doing, as soon as I get something comfortable to write with, so we have 253 and 19,236. Should I say 23,513 and then 19,236. So we want to set up a write our percent proportion, and as we know, this percent proportion is actually A over B, and that's going to equal to P over 100. Well, now let's substitute our known values. So we know that there were a total of 23,513 runs. And we also know that 19,236 finished. So, but we don't know the percent, so this is our unknown, and then here again is our other base of the actual proportion. So they're asking us now, the last step says to solve it. And if we remember, if we solve it as a 5-step process, step 1, we want to write the proportion. So that's 19,236 over 23,513. Okay, and that's going to equal to P over 100. Then our second step is to set up our cross product. That will be 23,513 times P, and that's going to equal to 19,236 times 100. Okay, step 3, say to multiply. So this will be 23,513 P is equal to, let's see, what do we have? And my 2 zeros. So that's going to give me 1,923,600. All right. Well, let's move on around. Step 4. We need to divide. So we will have 23,513 P divided by 23,513 P. And oh my gosh, did we do something incorrect here? Let's see. No, we didn't. Okay, sorry. And that's equal to 1,923,600 divided by 23,513. Huge numbers, but you know the way. Anyway, so that's step 4, and then of course step 5 say we must simplify, and that will give us something, some percent actually. So okay, so what we'll do now is we'll take a look at putting this on the calculator. Very huge number. So we're going to take 1,923,600, and that's going to be divided by 23,513, and let's see what we get. Wow, it's amazing. So I'm looking at 80. Let me take this out of the way. I'm looking at 81.81 rounded. So we were asked to, I do believe, yes, round to the nearest tenth. So this is the tenth and this is 100. So here's what we want to look at to round. But as we see 1, and when we round, it must be greater than 5 to round up, or less than 5 to remain the same. So here, rounded, P is going to equal to 81.8%. So out of the people that ran the marathon, the 23,513, 81.8% actually finished. Well, I hope that's the answer you got. If not, check your math or check your steps. And if not, then just go ahead and bring it to class and we'll take a look at it step by step without my calculator there. I hope you enjoyed it. So that's the way we look at word problems, working them step by step, but again using percent proportion. Hope you had fun.